20 years ago today, Leeds United were banned from Europe for 4 years after rioting at the European Cup final, while Scottish internationals Billy Bremner and Willie Young were about to receive lifetime bans after an incident, as they say, in a Copenhagen nightclub. But on the field, the 75-76 season was about to deliver some of the most exciting football of the decade. Man United's manager, Tommy Docherty, had brought them straight back from the second division with a bunch of new kids on the block.
Man United have been wonderful, refreshing little boys. And Tommy Docherty is sitting in a fortune if he doesn't know it.
Pick of the crop being university graduate Steve Coppell. Another side bursting with potential was Queen's Park Rangers, boasting a host of internationals, including the precocious talent of Stan Bowles.
Well, I think I'm very skillful, probably one of the most skillful in the country, I think so. And I'm told so. So I leave it at that.
And the New England captain, Jerry Francis.
He loves that!
I think that we've always been capable of beating anybody. I think if we can get the consistency into our game, then I can't see why there's no reason why we shouldn't be up in the top three.
And then there was Liverpool.
First, second and second again. That's been Liverpool's record in the First Division Championship these last 3 seasons. So it's not surprising to see the huge red army of supporters following them south at the beginning of this new campaign.
Now firmly established as automatic championship favourites, seeking their first trophy under Bob Paisley. The season kicked off with Liverpool meeting the young Rangers.
Played by Bowles to Francis and Gibbons. Back to Francis, it's a good chance here. Oh, superbly taken by Jerry Francis. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Liverpool 0. Thomas. Still on for the cross, here's Francis. Leach! Superbly headed in by Mick Leach. He always has had the knack of coming from deep positions, and the substitute makes it 2-0.
Man United began their season at Old Trafford against Sheffield United.
Tommy Jackson, on a free transfer from Nottingham Forest. But a leading on by Badger, and a free kick. Moving backwards and forwards. And coming in on it. Coppell. And Pearson scores. Oh, one by Greenough. Now he's there for the return. McCurry going on. And it's turned in by McElroy. Good ball played at the side of the foot. Oh, Brown lost it! And Pearson says thanks very much. Poor Jim Brown.
United legends Best, Charlton and Law are barely missed as Docherty's youngsters go on the rampage.
Here's Daly. Daly. McElroy. Still McElroy, and that's 5.
England and manager Don Revie were in deep trouble. Failing to make the '74 World Cup tournament, England were now in danger of missing out on the European Championship finals. They had to beat Czechoslovakia.
Injury time. Masny with the corner. Doherty! Masny. Oh, he's so quick. And there it is. Callis.
Revie came under attack from all quarters.
I think Don seems to think money produces the answer for everything. Well, it doesn't. It doesn't produce it in my case, for a start.
You're not saying there ought to be a new England manager?
It's got nothing to do with me. I cooperate with the England manager, whoever he is. The FA appoint him.
By the end of September, QPR were top West Ham second and Man United third, as Rangers, playing in red and white, met Leeds at Elland Road.
Played for Clement. Francis had plenty of room, and is it a penalty? Yes, brought down by Madeley. So Stan Bowles against David Harvey. Bowles makes it look easy. Oh, it's Clark. And poor Frank McClintock knows better than anybody what a bad mistake that was. Yorith again. Clark's flick, just hit Webb. Here's Lorimer! A Lorimer special! No better striker or volleyer of the ball in football than hotshot Lorimer.
Manchester United looked to capitalise on QPR's slip-up as they met Arsenal at Old Trafford. At the end of October, Man U were top from West Ham and QPR.
I throw house bricks for the Arsenal. I chocolate pipe for West Ham. I kick a main for Chelsea. I kill for Tottenham. I drop bottles for United on the crowd from up above. Yes, football is the game that we all love. We all love football. Bomb, hurt, kill. We all love football. Slash, kick, maim. Football is the game that we adore. The end.
Leeds, who had been banned from Europe after rioting at the '75 European Cup final, were the first to introduce closed-circuit television to track down the hooligans on the terraces. But when Leeds faced Derby, it was the fighting on the pitch that the cameras came to capture.
Sherry! It was won by Todd, who's now got two to his right. Number 11 is George. Good effort, and Devil has equalised for Derby. Leeds have got four back now. And Lee goes down, and a penalty given against Norman Hunter. Hunter protests, but the referee had no doubt at all to put Derby County 2-1 ahead. So a corner to Leeds, who still trail 2-1. Here's Bremner. Gray. McKenzie! 2 each.
2 goals all, and the tension is too much for former England roommates Franny Lee and Norman Hunter.
Good try, and Harvey at full stretch. And a fight going off the ball between Hunter and Lee. The fists were flying, and that's been brewing for quite some time. And still, the Leeds players trying to keep them apart. And the book is still out. And I'm wondering if he sent them off, because they're wandering away to the far side of the field. And it looks to me as if it's broken out again. It's broken out again, and now this time a complete free-for-all. Lee and Hunter were walking across to the far side, and it all started all over again. And I'm sure they must have been sent off this time anyway. Gordon Guthrie taking Lee away. And the referee still trying to sort it all out. Lee being led away by Dave Mackay on the left, the manager of Derby, and Hunter's going as well. And whether or not they were sent off the first time, they're certainly off the second. Davis. It's a good run by Davis, and what a superb goal!
The FA took strict action against Franny Lee, but Hunter was let off scot-free.
I've just had a very fair hearing and I've got banned for 4 games and fined £250.
What happened to Norman?
I don't know. I've not a clue.
Could I ask you what your feelings are about Norman? I mean, now it's all over.
I'd rather not say anything, thank you. Norman threw a punch at me when I wasn't looking, and the referee sent us both off the fight, and I shouldn't have got sent off. I honestly shouldn't have got sent, because I never threw any punches or anything like that. So I was so frustrated I got my lip split and I got sent off for something, you know, it was really Norman's fault. So I just lost my temper as I was walking up, and I think it was just a bit of pent-up emotion over the years, so we let fly at one another.
Back in the league, QPR were lurking in the leading pack as they met Stoke at Loftus Road.
Leach. Almost came to Masson, it will now. Oh, good effort and a good goal. Don Masson, the scorer. Back by Pajic for Robertson. That's a good cross, Moores is there, and that's in. Tremendous start to the second half for Stoke, with Rangers barely getting a touch. Law waiting, and outside him there's Moores. They're both coming in now, Parks out, and not making it. Bloor! The second time that Alan Bloor has cashed in on an error by Phil Parks. Well laid off by young Nutt. That's Masson out to Thomas. Bowles in the middle, and Hollins. And Clement at the far post. There's Clement. He's got it. This is Bowles. Hazelgrave goes hurtling in, taking Bowles with him. Young supporter decided to get on with things and place the ball for the free kick. And it could be the last chance to win it. Webb! Webb! Yes! Yes, he's got it! What a finish! David Webb!
While QPR were playing to their full potential, Stan Bowles was certainly living up to his reputation, as Captain Jerry Francis recalls.
And we were sitting down eating our lunch at the table, and there was a knock at the door, and his wife at the time had gone to answer the door, and it was the bailiffs. And they'd come in and they'd taken the table we were eating on, the chairs we were sitting on, and the television we were watching. So after they'd left the door and the door was open, you looked round, there was our plates of food still on the carpet floor. So that was life with Stan, really.
Liverpool, of course, tolerated no such distractions, as they moved up a gear to face Man United, who had slipped to 5th in the table.
There's Callaghan. Ball going on. Troshak is in the middle. And Roach loses it! And Highway scores! And Keegan is onside. Roach to meet him. Troshak! Much appreciated by supporters on the Kop. Highway just behind him. Ball Phil Thompson we just saw at the edge of the area. Troshak. Keegan! Yes, it's in! Kelly Keegan's first goal for 10 matches. He hasn't scored since September the 20th. But it's the goal which has surely decided this match.
The FA were horrified by an outbreak of free love on the field and instructed referees to break up the kissing and cuddling.
With your cute little way, will you promise that you'll say your kisses for me? Save all your kisses for me. Bye-bye, baby, bye-bye.
Manchester United are still in the title picture as they entertain Burnley at Old Trafford as the season enters December.
Skill this time from Koppel. This is Daly. Forsyth showing his skill too. Hit the post, McElroy. McElroy, Macari. The Stretford end rejoices, and Macari shows how to take a half chance.
Liverpool met QPR with revenge and a place at the top at stake.
Now Cormac with Tommy Smith outside if he wants him. Toshak coming in. Liverpool's top scorer strikes again. They can't stop Toshak this season. This is Francis. Thomas. Oh, well played by Smith to Highway. Toshak, the only other player up, and he's way over on the left. Still Highway. Oh, Thomas. It's a goal by Thomas. Penalty. David Thomas hangs his head because with that challenge, he may have sealed the match for Liverpool. So Phil Neal and Phil Parks, the goalkeeper, being spoken to there by Clement, who may have some idea about where Phil Neal might place his kick. Phil Neal, who scored from the spot twice against Arsenal recently. But this is a very, very vital kick. Two goals to nil, and that might be a very important penalty by the end of the season. No wonder Phil Neal looks delighted, and so do the Kop.
At the end of December, Liverpool are top, Man U second and Leeds are third. January 76, Concorde lifts off on its first commercial flight, and 1976 sees Elton John embark on his football career.
This feeling inside, I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but
I'm passionate about this club. I am with a capital P. You can't get a capital P bigger than the P that I'm passionate about this club.
Elton's partner-to-be was leading Lincoln at the top of the 4th Division, but knew even then that everyone was out to get him.
People being as they are in this country, never mind football, they like to knock you down and keep you down.
Meanwhile, in the third round of the FA Cup, league leaders Liverpool are hoping to bring the cup holders West Ham back down to earth.
Some space around, the 1-2 was beautiful, and Keegan scores for Liverpool. And that was a really lovely move. Lock. Oh, it could be dangerous. Liverpool have got a man over here. It's Keegan just inside. Toshak's coming in on the far post unmarked. If Keegan finds him, Toshak must score surely. He must score. He has. The old 1-2 works again. Toshak, Keegan.
Liverpool's goal glut was down to a prolific partnership between Keegan and Toshak.
Toshak is the scorer. Now Toshak, that's for Keegan. What a goal!
The scourge of defenders all over the land. He relied upon me to lend him a hand. We worked together, a perfect pair, down on the ground and up in the air. Though we played two entirely opposite roles, 6 seasons together brought 200 goals. We were never short of a trick or surprise. We were once mistaken for Morecambe and Wise. Yet some of the time we couldn't agree. From up in the stands that was easy to see. But we'd soon work it out and get back in the groove. What do they say? True love never runs smooth, but the friendship we forged forever will last. There was one major reason that brought us our fame, a genuine love we possess for our game.
United were now flying high only a year after being in Division 2. The FA Cup fourth round saw them meet Peterborough.
Here's now Daly. Beside. Goalkeeper was unlucky. It was deflected. Steele can look disgusted because he hadn't got a hope then. That's Pearson. Hill. Peterborough caught again. McElroy 2-0. And Peterborough caught by that raid down the left. Besides. Put it away by Turner. Hill. 3-1. And that goal was rifled in.
Crystal Palace's flamboyant boss Malcolm Allison found himself in hot water at the start of February, and not with the FA for a change.
The only thing I really remember about it was that someone told me it was a front page in 19 countries, and I thought, I don't believe this. Like, you know. I mean, she just came, she'd done some photographs, and she'd written an article for a magazine, for Paul Raymond, and she said to me, can I get in the bath? I said, yeah, sure. Like, I didn't even, you know. I mean, Terry Venables got out so quick that day. I mean, I thought I might have made a mistake. He went like, and I thought, he's quicker than I thought he was, like.
With coach Terry Venables, Allison's Palace were also making news in the FA Cup. Conquerors of First Division Leeds in round 4. And in round 5, Palace met London neighbours Chelsea.
Chelsea must have forgotten what it's like to run out in front of this sort of support. Good challenge by Whittle and brought away by Chatterton, and Peter Taylor is onside. Being joined now by Chatterton Square, but Taylor goes alone and goes well. Oh, it hit the bar! Chatterton's there! Chatterton raises his arms in delight. The Palace supporters celebrate, but all the credit to Peter Taylor. Here's Taylor again, and Palace now is stretching Chelsea. Chatterton's going inside again, there he is. On again for Taylor. Well, this man may well have won the tie in the space of 2 minutes. Just look at the joy on the Palace faces. Peter Taylor takes Chelsea apart, and Malcolm Allison raises the hat. Here's Harris. Wilkins! They're appealing for offside, but it won't be given. Wilkins has scored for Chelsea. Just the goal they wanted to get back in the fight, and it comes from the 19-year-old skipper and sends the shed wild. Wicks! Oh, yes! What a moment for the 19-year-old defender. He can't believe it. Steve Wicks has equalised. Taylor! Oh, what a goal by Peter Taylor! And what a one-man performance. He's making this for Palace. And no wonder Malcolm takes the hat off again. And there it is. Third Division Crystal Palace are in the last 8. And the man that put them there was Peter Taylor.
He was a brilliant player for Crystal Palace. He was the only left-footed right winger I'd ever seen. He was devastating. I mean, he used to bring the house down. He used to go along the line, he'd beat 2 or 3 players, you know, he'd cross the ball with his right foot, perfect crosses. He was a really exciting player, and I enjoyed working with him.
Pierce and Taylor on it. 1-0.
I can remember sitting down with Roy McFarland and Colin Todd, and I can honestly say that for half an hour we were talking, and Roy very politely at the end he said, "Excuse me, who are you?" And so it was quite funny, but I didn't take it personally. At the end of February, Liverpool were now top, with QPR second, Man United third, and Derby in fourth place. March began with the resignation of Prime Minister Harold Wilson. One of his last public outings, a football match at his beloved Huddersfield.
Cheers, goodbye. I don't want you back. We only cry.
Meanwhile, fellow Yorkshire strugglers Bradford found themselves in the quarter-finals of the FA Cup, along with several other giant killers.
Southampton in yellow shirts and blue shorts, getting the game underway from right to left. With the sun shining from one corner of the ground and a wind blowing across the pitch as Shannon goes down. 4 in the Bradford wall. Cook making it 5 because the kick is nearly central. That was 6 now. McCalliog. So simple. A touch of class is what was required, and that's what Southampton produced. As cheeky a free kick as you would like to see. Peter Osgood just knocked the ball up, and Jim McCalliog volleyed it over the wall and past the surprise Downsborough. The man who nearly didn't play through injury has put Southampton in front at such an important time. In it goes to the near post, out it comes from Bly. Back in again from Johnson, and as he shoots the second time, it's all over. Bradford did their best, but it wasn't quite enough. The delight showing on the faces of the Southampton supporters and players.
Southampton progressed to the Cup semi-finals, where they met Crystal Palace. Ever on the ball, the FA warned Malcolm Allison not to incite fans by wearing his lucky fedora.
And we didn't play very well, you know, we didn't play very well in the summer. I think, you know, it's just inside me, I feel that if I could have gone on the pitch, if the Football Association not barred me, I think we'd have won that game. You know.
Palace's exit from the Cup was shortly followed by Allison's own departure, tired-eyed and hatless. In the other semi, Man United met Derby.
Hill, nicely played to Daly. The query is up. Hill, trying to turn it and does! Gordon Hill! And really the trap was sprung from the moment that the return ball from Davis to Todd wasn't a good one. The contrast between the two ends of the ground. Total noise from behind Graham Mosley's goal. And Hill, it was deflected! And that surely ties it up! Gordon Hill's second goal! And all round the ground now, all you can see is red and white of Manchester United. And there's the happiest Londoner that ever went to Manchester.
Back in the league, Liverpool by now were chasing hard for the title as they met Burnley at Anfield.
Another in-swinger coming up from Keegan. Toshak must be for Fairclough. It's his first goal that he scored at Anfield. Ball for Toshak, who let it go. Fairclough. Good piece of football by 2 players, and the youngster scores in the end.
But since Christmas, it was QPR who had hit a rich vein of form, with 5 consecutive wins, thanks to the scintillating partnership of Bowles and Francis.
Me and Jerry hit it off straight together. I mean, Terry Venables said at the time, he said, we only played in 1 5-a-side together, we never met each other and we just hit it off straight away. I love playing with Jerry, he loved playing with me.
we had such an understanding at club level, like telepathic. I could play things blind and he could do the same, and really, really enjoyed playing together.
Surprise league leaders QPR were top with just 3 games to play as they met Norwich on the penultimate Saturday.
3 Queensborough Rangers for the 1 ball. McDougall, it's there. Jerry Francis and Martin Peters together, and that's Webb's kick, won by Forbes. Now Bowles. Thomas going in deep. Brilliant goal by Thomas, superb! Settling for safety. Oh, what a shot by Morris! Phil Cox absolutely bewildered as Morris celebrates. Jones. No, it's given. I thought he'd given offside, but not given. And that's 3-1, a real killer goal by Phil Boylan.
On the same day, Liverpool met Stoke.
Long kick by Clements. That was blocked by Callaghan. Here's Keegan. And a penalty, is it? Yes. Given against Marsh. That's tucked away very, very nicely. Highway now. 3 in the middle for him if he can pull it back. Toshak. 2-1. Liverpool spreading out now. That's a fine ball for Kennedy. And what a fine goal! Two to his right. Keegan, Hughes again. It's a great move, this. Oh, yes. Emlyn Hughes. And that goal may well prove conclusive.
With their season now complete, QPR watched on from a TV studio as Liverpool needed just a draw in their final game against Wolves to secure the lead.
Just into the centre circle, nodded down, comes to Richards. Kinden's moving for the return, that's a good ball. A chance here for Steve Kinden, and he makes it! And gives Wolves a lifeline. Under 15 minutes left, and Liverpool still looking for this vital goal. Chipped up in the box, on by Toshak to Keegan, and the old firm have done it. 1-1, and that will be enough. Look at the delight on those faces of players and spectators. Neil knocking it in, comes sideways, Toshak taking his time, but using it to perfection. 2-1. Keegan. Liverpool ending the match and the season in fine style. Here's Ray Kennedy, stepped his man quite superbly, and what a lovely left foot.
It was a sad way to sit in a TV room and watch 90 minutes football and see your whole season sort of go up in flames, really. Very disappointing.
I said, I'm going to get drunk, Jerry. What are you doing? I don't know what you're doing. Are you pissed off?
I can't believe it. QPR had come from nowhere to suddenly, whoops, the second top here, the challenging for the league title. And, you know, it gets into players' minds, you know, are we capable of winning the league title? It's somewhere else, you know. I mean, if we win it, and then it gets into your mind. And we knew that if we just hung in, that we'd eventually win it.
As the cup final approached, Manchester United fans flocked to London from all over the home counties.
Who's going to win tomorrow?
There's only one team to win.
Southampton.
No, you must be joking. United. Got to be. Otherwise you'll be fishing a lot of people out of Thames tomorrow night.
Unused to the bright lights, the Southampton players went to Wembley on the eve of the final to soak up the atmosphere. On cup final day, Manchester United were the firm favourites.
Tremendous roar as Laurie McMenemy on the right leads out Southampton, accompanied by Tommy Docherty, the Manchester United manager. This is a familiar journey for Docherty. So Gordon Hill will take this corner. Swinging awkwardly, and suddenly got a chance and off the bar from McElroy. The ball was back-headed then, skidded off somebody's head, and McElroy hit the bar. Well, this may not be one of the great games, but it's pretty finely balanced. And there's been plenty of incident too. McAlliar to Stokes, who's onside. 1-0. Southampton go mad. And on the bench they celebrate. Played about 30 seconds of injury and stoppage time. And the whistle has gone, and Larry McMenemy and Southampton take the cup for the first time in their history. The match of the Queen congratulates the Southampton captain, and Peter Rodrigues, 32 years old, the man who came back from being given away by Sheffield Wednesday, salutes the Southampton supporters and lives this moment of triumph.
Well, I think on the day Southampton were the better side, but I accepted it. It was case of that. Whatever will be, will be. Very disappointed for the players and the supporters and myself. And they were nice people, Southampton, and that was the one good thing that came out of it. We were beaten by a nice club.
We weren't the best team in the world. We were honest. We gave our best, and we just got on with the job. You know, I mean, we just done our best, and that's all we could offer. We drove around this town, and they were coming out of hospitals. They were firemen up ladders. You couldn't just imagine what we went through. It was absolutely fantastic, absolutely brilliant. And I'll thank Southampton for that.
In Europe, Liverpool mirrored their success of '73 by taking the League and UEFA Cup double.
Keegan, he's done it. That tore its way through.
Well, that's all for now, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this midsummer fix of footy from the 70s. I know I have. Have a good season. See you soon.
Well, that's about it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But remember, if you've enjoyed watching the show just half as much as we've enjoyed doing it, then we've enjoyed it twice as much as you.